The Elite are your new AEW Trios champions. Yeah, that's right. The Elite defeated Death Triangle in the main event tonight. It capped off a great edition of Dynamite. We saw Adam Cole Bebe return. We saw Bryan Danielson and Takeshita put on a hell of a match. But probably most importantly, we saw the Elite defeat Death Triangle to win the World Trios titles. That is a big development coming out of this show. A huge show. I thought it was a really good show, too, especially with that Danielson Takeshita match. And then they had the main event. Although I do wish it got more time. It only got around 15 minutes. It probably should have gotten around 20-25 minutes. If you like that kind of match, then you loved this match. It was a pretty good showcase for both of the trios, and the Elite come out on top. They win back the titles that they never lost. If you remember, they had these titles stripped back in September. Actually, I was at that show. It was in Buffalo. Tony Khan appeared on the Jumbotron and announced that they were stripped of the titles due to their involvement in the All Out Brawl Out, which was a crazy story in wrestling. You want to talk about crazy stories in wrestling? I mean, that was one of the tops of the year. But the Elite, things are getting back to normal. They are the new Trios champions. That means that they have won the titles for the second time. Big year so far for Kenny Omega, winning the IWGP United States title, and now winning the Trios titles. That is big for them. Big for the Young Bucks as well, too. What's next for them? What do you think is next for the Elite? Will they be teaming up to take on Death Triangle again? Or will they be taking on another trio? Perhaps the Jeff Jarrett trio. I don't know. There are some options out there. Maybe an outside trio. I mean, the match that everybody would want to see would be them taking on CM Punk and FTR. Although, I don't think that'll happen, to be honest with you, as much as I would love for it to happen. At least not next. Maybe down the line if it were to happen. But what do you think is next? Who do you think they face at AEW Revolution? That comes up in less than 2 months from now. That's a big show for AEW. So who do you think they face there? Is it another match with the Death Triangle? I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of washed out on the Death Triangle versus Elite feud. They just had this 7 series match. They feuded before. We've seen these combos enough times already. I'm kind of done with it. I felt a little bit of burnout with this match. I did like it. I thought it was very entertaining. Again, if you like that kind of match, you'll love this match. But I did feel a bit of burnout towards the end of it, and I don't know if that's just because it was a long show and we did have a lot of great wrestling, and sometimes it does get that way when you don't have a real break, although the Jericho segment wasn't the greatest. It was a bit of a break, but that match should have gotten more time. Let me know your thoughts on this. What's next for the Elite? What's next for Death Triangle? Thank you so much for watching.